Hello, I'm ABX and welcome back to another live stream replacement video. This is something I like to do every single time I'm not in the country to live stream, because sometimes I'm away from my computer or I don't have internet or not in the right country, and this means that I cannot live stream, but I like to get these kind of, you know, like chill with Toycat sessions out. So what we're doing today instead is I'm recording a extra long video, at least half an hour long, probably 40 plus minutes long, and I'm going to be doing kind of like, you know, a cross between a Let's Play and a live stream. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you do all enjoy it. Let's get straight into this, because, you know, I live stream every Tuesday and Thursday at the very least, and if you're, you know, you keep that in your schedule, like, oh yeah, every 8 PM on Tuesday and Thursday you get your daily dose of Toycat, then I kind of don't want to like take that away from people. I think that's something that I'd like for you to have, and that's why in today's video I'm gonna be doing a few things on the Let's Play I've been meaning to do anyway, and I'm gonna be talking a lot about Minecraft, because as well as you know, I need to finish the melon house. For some reason I only spotted this like a couple of days ago, but it's missing a bunch of melons for some reason. There's just like loads of holes in it. Maybe a creeper blew them up or something. Then I'm also going to be finishing the cacti farm, which is also bizarrely like mostly finished but not quite, and then we'll be working in the desert a bit, and then maybe do a bit of mining to connect the underground systems. Basically there's gonna be a lot of you know, stuff going on today, and I hope you all do enjoy it. So yeah, also like I said, I don't know if I did say actually, but I want to talk a lot about Minecraft today, because one of the things I you know, like whenever I live stream, because this is a live stream right now, this is totally live, trust me, you know, why would I have a live? But no, this is entirely live, right? And therefore whenever I'm live, there's someone like, oh yeah, it's Mr. Numbo Clumbo 1617, and he says, "Oh, Toycat, why do you always talk about things that don't make, you know, aren't related to Minecraft?" And you know, I also get this on like Fortnite streams, like, why are you just talking about random things, Toycat? But I think it's something that is important to do, to also, you know, like I feel like talking about one thing forever would be dull. Like you know, there's only so many things I can say about Minecraft in the world, but I just think it's important every now and then to, you know, talk about the thing that we all have in common, or presumably most of us have in common, because also, we're getting melons right now. We're going to craft them into melon blocks, and then we'll use them for the thing. But I think it's important to talk about the things you don't have in common with people. And I've said this before, like, if you just speak to only people that agree with you, you'll end up with the kind of echo chamber effect, where you're not learning anything. You're just kind of feeling good about the things you already think. And yeah, like, being exposed to new opinions, even if you don't necessarily directly like them, is always a good thing. And that's kind of part of it. But another part of it is the fact that when I watch YouTube videos, because I've said this before, but a lot of the YouTube experience that I try to give to subscribers is like what I like as a viewer. And one of the things I like as a viewer of YouTube videos is when, you know, like every now and then they dive into some personal stuff. Like the kind of the personal relationships that people have, or the personal things going on in people's lives, are actually like astoundingly interesting. You don't think they are until you realize, like, yeah, I really do care about such and such person here. And I try to like insert a little bit of that into my videos for the same reason. Like, maybe you do care about what's going on with my you know, why I'm in Austria, because or like, you know, why I like traveling so much, or what I think about the insanity of the world right now. Maybe you do want to hear about these things. And I think it's always important to talk about those, but it's also important to talk about the thing we do have in common as well as that. So, given that I haven't done like a video or a stream where I've spoken purely about Minecraft, like, well, I guess I do videos where I do that, but I haven't done like a full stream. Oh, I had melons in here the whole time. I didn't need to chop down my farm. Whatever, let's just fly away and let's let's pretend that's not the case. After we kill some squids, actually, because I want some black wool, and I've got a looting sword, so I might as well. But yeah, basically, you know, I think it's important to talk about the things you do have in common with people. It's like a good icebreaker. That's why whenever you first meet someone, especially in school, in fact, you know, I said we'll talk about Minecraft, but you know, let's finish this thing and then we'll talk about Minecraft a bunch. Trust me. But whenever you like meet someone in school, you know, the thing you talk about is like the stuff you have in common, like what subjects you take and this and that. And one of my favorite things to do, by the way, because like I went to a college where there was a lot of people. I think not that many people, but a lot. You know, I don't know, like maybe 100 people, and like every now and then I'd meet someone, I'm like, oh, I should know your name, but I don't. And one of my favorite like games for this would be like, oh, so you know, this and, you know, like try and make up some game where you have to like show off your ID cards, because we had ID cards. Like, oh, as it turns out, I look really silly in my picture. Let me see how silly you look on yours. We all do, right? Yeah, you you know, like Casey, or like Kizzy, or like it was some name that started with a K, like actually, I forgot her name right now, but you know, there was there was someone who like I had to do that like at least once or twice for, and it was like, you know, this is a really useful system. Like it's better for both people if you pretend you knew each other's name the whole time, and that's just a little thing that I figured I'd share. Pro tip: that's why you know, talk about the things you have in common is important. It's like an icebreaker, and given that we haven't had that icebreaker in a while, especially if you've joined the channel recently, let's talk a lot about Minecraft. Is my only point here. Wait, it must have been like KT? No. She had a slightly interesting, like, it was slightly non-standard, But she was a really smart girl. She was like one of the people who'd like get A stars and stuff. I'm sorry if you knew me and your name starts with K. I remember it in my heart, but not in my head. So yeah, basically my point with all of that is just that you know, there are a lot of things that you have in common with a lot of people, and you know, like the easiest thing to talk about is like, oh yeah, I know people who take law, isn't that crazy? And you know, like, oh, we both take IT, don't you think this teacher's awful? Because it's really easy to relate about the stuff that you have in common with someone. That's why, in fact, that's like how the whole of like human stuff works, and therefore, you know, just in case you feel like you're missing that in your world, you just want to talk about Minecraft, let's talk about Minecraft. So yeah, a lot of people say that, like, you know, Minecraft, sometimes I like question why I play it, or like I want to play it, but I don't feel like, you know, I don't feel like doing it at that exact moment. And this is actually a feeling I get like from time to time, and it's one that some people wonder like, oh yeah, I guess that's just the moment Minecraft dies, the moment you get that. But I feel like the thing about video games these days, and Minecraft might be the first one to really do this, is that video games like last for a really long time now. Like so everyone's probably heard the loot box controversies that's been happening with EA Battlefront and like you know, stuff like that. Like yeah, it was Battlefront, right? Where they put loot boxes in the game, and basically they encourage you to gamble on top of having the $60 game. And that's something that Call of Duty's been doing a while now too. Basically, lots of games now have these like perpetual revenue methods in them, so that they can make money for as long as there are people playing the game. And this has actually led to the interesting shift where, like, instead of having something like, you know, 1,000 new games a year and maybe 100 will be worth playing, we have less games a year, and a lot of the games from previous years are worth, like, or, you know, still have players. Like, to this day, there are still people playing, like, Team Fortress 2 from, like, 2003, I hope, it might be 2006 or 7 or something, but, you know, people are playing, you know, Counter-Strike Source or Counter-Strike Go from, you know, like, 2000 and something, and I think Minecraft is, like, one of the parts of this trend. I don't know if Minecraft was a part of making the trend, or if it just conveniently benefited, but even though Minecraft, you know, officially came out in 2011, it's been around since 2009, the fact that it's only 8 years old now, you know, in any other games term, like back when it came out, 8 years old would be a dead game. But nowadays, like, you can have a game that's like 8 years old and it's still gonna be, you know, developed actively. And I think that's why it's kind of important. Like, I think, oh, we need, why is this sandstone? And that's why I think it's kind of important, in some ways at least, to appreciate that, like, the game's always going to be changing in some ways, and the game's also going to be adding, like, new ways to have fun, and therefore it's not, like, a weird thing to continue playing it. Like, I sometimes wonder, like, you know, maybe I've gone into this too far, where, like, how far are we into making Minecraft videos? Like, how many years? Maybe that's too many, maybe there's just a limit and we've reached it. But then I realized, like, a little bit afterwards, like, actually, yeah, I think Minecraft might be, what, I feel like if any game has the, you know, true possibility of being infinite. You can argue a multiplayer game has that, but realistically, again, a multiplayer game only has as many possibilities as people playing it. But Minecraft is a game that even if you're the last person left in the world, even once all the, you know, internet's turned off, but somehow you have electricity, you can play Minecraft and have an infinite number of possibilities. That's why the Minecraft videos I've made, like, oh yeah, well, it takes more, you know, like, there's more recipes for banners than there is, like, particles on Earth or something. You know, like, making these videos is always interesting because, oh, random parrot. Making these sorts of videos is always interesting because it shows off that just, like, unlike pretty much every other game which has this kind of infinite status, Minecraft can do that while essentially being a single-player game. And I came to realize maybe this is why I like it, because I like playing multiplayer games from time to time. Like, games as a social experience can be kind of fun, but a lot of games, you know, like, it's a lot of that. I play games to relax, I play games for social experiences, and I also play games, you know, in big, unquote, quote-unquote, work, you know, like, oh yeah, well, sometimes, I thought that was a zombie, but it was a nitwit villager. I sometimes play games because it's just, you know, sometimes playing Minecraft exclusively because I want to test something for a video, or I'm playing Minecraft exclusively because, you know, like, I want to get this finished so I can, you know, record this the next day or something. Sometimes that does happen. So I've got, like, all these different modes of playing a game in, and, you know, sometimes if you are just relaxing, I think having a social game isn't the greatest of things. So I think for people who want to both be social, but also the possibility to not be it, I feel like that's the thing Minecraft really has going for it. And I wonder, though, if it had come out, like, 5 years earlier or 5 years later, if that would have stopped it, or if that would have been part of the revolution. But anyway, I'm talking, like, really vague concepts here. It's just one of these things that I think about a lot, especially in the last week or so, of the idea of like games which you know, intend to go infinitely, like or near infinitely, as long as people play them. Because again, everyone always asks me to play Overwatch. Overwatch is, you know, like years old now. If it was, you know, again, if there was any other game, if it wasn't, you know, funded by microtransactions, the developers would have moved on by now and, you know, made another game. That's why, fun fact, Call of Duty is a yearly series that doesn't do so well, because it has this problem of like, oh yeah, well, you know, like we sell a yearly copy, which people want to play their old games still. Like a lot of people want to go back to play this and that, and I don't know, it's just interesting things. Now I don't know if I can talk too much more about that, but it's something which I did find interesting, that games now last for a lot longer. Because that also means, in a way, games are both getting more expensive and also cheaper at the same time. And that sounds like I'm, you know, saying two opposite things. But if you have $10,000 to spend, you couldn't spend that on video games before. 5 years ago, 10 years ago. If you wanted to spend $10,000 on entertainment, you could spend like $1,000 on a really nice game console. You know, buy 4 controllers, because why not? You know, buy like a really decent games library. But realistically, if you once you really liked a game, you didn't need to spend more on games. But now, I think every game has gone to this. I don't like the model personally, but you know, every game's gone to this model of like, there is always something you can buy. There's some microtransactions you can buy. And Minecraft actually does, like, in that context though, Minecraft actually does their store really well, right? Like, there is a certain amount you can buy, and it's just maps for the game. There is no more fun you can buy out of Minecraft unless you want to. Yeah, and even if you want more fun, you can get it for free. It's just if you want to pay for it, you can also pay for it. And I wonder, like, in comparison to the model every other game has, where like, oh, guess what? We'll try and gamble you away to get your 10 grand out of you. Instead of Minecraft's like, you know what? You can buy it if you want to. I think it's a much more generous model. But the point I was trying to raise there, I get worse at speaking, but sometimes if I like make a big mistake like that, I'm sorry. I know everyone comes here for clear British thoughts or whatever. But one of the interesting things though is that games are also pretty much free. If like, one of the things I always hated as a kid, because I didn't, you know, like getting games cost like £40 or like $60, right? I could never just afford to go out there and, you know, like get a new game. I'd have to wait until it had been out for a few years and then maybe, you know, like beg my mother to get it, like, and be like, you know, it's only $9.99. I really want to play, you know, like Sonic Heroes or whatever game it was. Like, I played Billy Hatcher. I remember really loving that. There's a lot of like random games out there that I picked up and I was like, yeah, I finally got it. And you know, I played a lot of bad games in that particular form too. And yeah, like basically playing games for very little used to suck when I was a child. Whereas now, again, you pick up Minecraft for what, like $19.99? That is a lifetime worth of fun in there. Like, I really do feel like there is like many lifetimes worth of fun. I'd love to see some form of experiment. Once we master, like, you know, time dilation, or like having, not time dilation, like having, you know, time go fast in simulation, I'd love to see what happens, like the simulated effect on a human brain if you played 10,000 years of Minecraft. Like, let's say you put someone in a box, like, again, like, I'm picturing like Black Mirror style here, but if you put someone in a box and you're like, you know what, you have to play Minecraft for 10,000 years, but you know, it's not actually 10,000 years, it's like a day. Because again, it's a simulated box. It's not a real person. It's not a real thing, but it's a test. Hopefully this makes sense and I'm not sounding crazy. But if I am, just follow me with this one. I'd love to see the effects of playing this game for 10,000 years. Like, do you think you pick up more things, or do you think there's a moment in there like, oh yeah, once you get to 4,000 years, you're kind of done with it. You kind of have seen every possibility of Minecraft. That's what I want to know, because I feel like that's how you can really measure how good or how like much is going on in a game. Because procedural generation is really great on the surface. But a lot of games struggle with. I need to knock down some of. Actually, wait. Let's put torches under all of this, and then we'll like make the sand pop up or pop down, and then that should lead to some good stuff happening. Well, I mean, not actually great stuff. Okay, there we go. Let's do this. So we knock any of this sand now. It should cause the biggest chain reaction ever. Well, that was not the biggest chain reaction ever, by anyone's definition. Okay, this is weird, actually. Well, you know what? We'll leave flowing sand there. If we remove the torch, that fixes it. Okay, wait, we'll remove the torch, then place it again. Aha! I have found the weakest way, but it is a way. We'll just leave that for a bit, and we'll keep going back to the sand. So, yeah, basically, I wonder, like, if there's a point where you've, like, seen everything in Minecraft, because I don't feel like it can be in a human lifetime. And I feel like the people who are doing that, you maybe don't see. Because there's something interesting about making Minecraft videos, right? Is that some amount of the video making process means that I can't spend, that there is no one who can spend all of their life and day playing a game like this. In fact, because you know, you have to spend some amount of time to make the video and then uploading it. One of the things I hate most about YouTube actually is like the amount of time you have to spend like actually uploading a video, in terms of like you gotta pick a title, then a thumbnail, then some tags. You gotta write that description. I don't know why I write descriptions. People don't read it, but I try to write some small description. And when you do that for like 15 videos a week or how many I upload, it actually does take time away from playing Minecraft in its own weird way. Which means that there is someone out there who has played all this time, and I'd love to speak to them. I always am curious about the people who have just done like so much more than me, and like it's it's one of those things where you can get tips from them and learn stuff. So no, to talking more about Minecraft, the strength stuff in Minecraft might seem like it's it's just one of these weird quirky things that only I do. But I realized that like everyone in some ways is strong in Minecraft. It's just they don't necessarily realize it, because you're always trying to shape your vision, but in Minecraft, right? People like to see Minecraft as being like a Lego equivalent in some way. Also, wait. To finish my previous thought, you can also play games for free. Like there are enough free-to-play games on console, on PC. But even like just this one Minecraft purchase gets you all of this hours of fun. I played 4,500 hours of Minecraft Xbox One Edition, and I played about 17 days, probably close to 1,000 hours. No, that's not right. I played about 400 hours off the new Minecraft 2. Like 5,000 hours for a 1,200 or 1,600 Microsoft point purchase way back in the day. Pretty good value, and they're still updating it too because of these like perpetual transactions, and that's what makes me realize that they're actually an okay thing. So that's all I was saying there. Like I really don't like this store. I don't like that they took something that was paid and made it free, or free that made it paid. I didn't want to destroy that shop. Well, I shouldn't have done that, but I guess we did it now. So I guess now we're using exclusively torches, and we're gonna try and actually let's go to a different part of this first, because this is getting trickier. Let's go to a different part of the thing. So anyway, back to my other point. I was talking about destruction. So yeah, when you're in Minecraft, people try to treat it like Lego, because you can use Minecraft to shape your visions, but in a game, right? You can, if you want to have a desert temple, well, desert temple's a bad example because it's going back to destruction. But if you want to have just a house in Minecraft, if you can picture it, you can build it in Minecraft. I remember a lot of people when I was in school. So Minecraft came out when I was 16, 17. So I would have been like in school for a little bit of it. Some people like used to spend their like days, picturing things or like doing some blueprints for stuff they could build in Minecraft that evening. Maybe some of you in the subscribers do that to this day. Again, it's something that's fun, I think. But I used to have friends that would do that and do that every single day. Like their thing is like, I want to build this vision, and Minecraft is the way to do it. And I think it's amazing that the game can be like that. I want to get rid of this dirt, but I don't see an opportunity. There's just okay, there we go. Just throw the 2 dirt in there. It's annoying having like 2 dirt on you. We'll also get rid of the raw mutton. Not really necessary. And the ink sacks for now. We'll come back for all this stuff hopefully. But yeah, let's also probably go to sleep while we're here. No, we got a little bit longer before we go to sleep. But yeah, Minecraft is a way for you to shape your visions in game form, right? You can, if you want to build this beautiful house, you can do it. Do you want to build a monument to llamas? You can do it. Do you want to, anything you can imagine, you can build, and that's obvious. Like, everyone knows that's how Minecraft works. But the thing that isn't obvious to everyone is like sometimes your vision is easier to get by destroying something that already exists than by making something new. One of my favorite things to do, let's compare Minecraft to art. Like realistically, Minecraft is a form of art, I think. The fact that you can make these things that help people appreciate what you've done to make the thing, I think that's fascinating. And I think one of my favorite things is just the shock people get when they see like, what the heck have you done? That's my favorite kind of like emotion to elicit in people when it comes to Minecraft builds. I'm not even sure why, but like just the, make someone look at it, go, why, toy cat? That's that's all my favorite feelings to kind of elicit in people from stuff. And I feel like you can really get that from a destruction project better than I could from, even when you look at the llama slot, it's kind of funny, right? But if you looked at something like, oh yeah, I destroyed a whole world except the llama slot, then that's like, whoa. And I don't know, like one of the things, even to this day, that the reason I love having a Let's Play world is because every time I'm playing Minecraft, I feel like my accomplishments are being like seen by people. And one of the like big worries I guess I have as a person, and I feel like maybe a lot of people have this one, is like, what if you do all this stuff and it's for nothing? Like if you do a lot of like crazy hard work, or you do something really cool and no one sees it, does it really matter that you did it? And I don't know what the answer to that question is. I think the answer should be, yeah, of course it matters. Like the only person it should matter to is yourself. But I think it's always gonna be a more important thing when someone else sees what you've done, they care what you've done, and they're impressed with what you've done, because the very nature of trying hard at something is to do something that other people probably wouldn't do. Like, there's a lot of things in the world where people are all working at the same time. Like, for instance, if you're the person who directed, I don't know, like, let's pick a, like, pretty artistic one in film. Like, I don't know, Gongo. David Fincher, I think is his name. If you're the person who did that, you're probably pretty proud of yourself. And imagine if you make that, though, and then no one ever sees it. Can you feel proud of yourself? Just picture a film you like if you don't know. But I wonder, though, like, sometimes it makes me worry about that in Minecraft. Like, or even the whole world in general, but it also applies to Minecraft, where if no one sees anything I've done, then is that thing worth having been done? And this is like a life-wide issue too. Like, if people don't appreciate that this was a hard, like I have like a few qualifications which I had to try like super hard for, some Cisco networking stuff that like it like drained my life out of me, and no one understands what it is, and a part of me is like genuinely hurt by that. I'd say, like, not hurt, but like a part of me is like, I did all of that, and I think they only last for 3 years, so it might have even expired by now. I did all of this, I never got to use it. No one ever got to like see it. No one even understands when I say like, oh yeah, I managed to pass this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, or I think it was 1 through 10. But I did like 10 of these things, and it's like, it doesn't really matter to anyone. I feel like it's it takes a while to learn, and maybe I'm not there, maybe I'll never be there, but learning eventually that, like, yeah, you gotta still somehow just be proud of you through all of that. Like, it sucks sometimes when you feel like no one sees what you're doing. That's why, when you're a kid and you're like, hey mom, cannonball, or like, for some reason, this is a funny thing I've spotted, but like, children really love being on camera. Like, I mean, like a physical camera here, but I guess also like videos. I get a lot of like messages to this day where like just some random person's like, hey Toycat, I've got this cool idea. How about you tour subscribers' worlds? You can start with mine. Be on my world, please record it. Or like that, even less sell than that, you'll see. Like, people just like beg to have their stuff shown, because like, again, for some reason being noticed and being spotted. Oh, that's why Notice Me Senpai is a thing, eh? But it's just a big thing that a lot of people. So we put one back over there. It's just a big thing, I guess, a lot of people care about for the same reason. Again, I think being noticed is important for a lot of people, and maybe being noticed is like an important thing. That's what drives us to do cool stuff. Like, some of your favorite Minecraft builds, some of your favorite real life things might have only been done because the person, because like, so a lot of the time we like to think of like people who do these crazy things, like people who make the craziest Minecraft build. They just did it because they were like, that's my vision and I'm gonna do it. But in a lot of cases, the reason people do crazy stuff, or stuff that you think is crazy, is because they just wanted like everyone to look at it and be like, wow, that is impressive. That's the reason I want to have this desert destroyed. I had this vision of having it done, but the vision is like, imagine everyone looks at that and I'm just running past it and people go, wow, that is a pretty nutty desert, right? Just one of those food for thought things. Maybe I'm not making sense right now. Maybe this is like a, I worry if that's like a, narcissistic maybe, like personality trait, that maybe caring too much about what other people think is like, just because like the only thing you can really understand properly is your own validation of yourself. Or maybe that's just something, again, like that we all have built into us that allows us to do these great things. Like, again, there are so many amazing things that you use every single day. Like, for instance, if you live in a major city and you take like a metro to work or to school or to wherever, all of the steps that had to be built for that. Like, when you really think about all of the micro things that happen to make that work, it's pretty nuts. It's magic underground people tubes. In the case of the underground, that's like every like a minute 40 seconds or something, there's like this huge 1,000 people that are just like going around underneath the capital somehow. It's crazy when you think about it like that. And there's a lot of like intricate systems like this that only work because like people have these little individual visions that just all equalize this big thing. I don't know, maybe I'm not making sense right now, but it's just something where I thought it was kind of big and I wanted to share. So there you go. That's how Minecraft and the real world have similarities. And that's why a lot of people, when they build something, they're like, you need to see it, Toycat. I think the world needs to see this. If the world doesn't see it, then it was kind of pointless in a way. And I feel like this is a fairly natural thing. But maybe it's not a good thing. Or maybe it is. I don't know. I just wanted to share It's a thing that I have now, or that I have always had, and I feel like making these videos really helps it, personally, because I know, like, whenever someone compliments my stuff, more than I'd like to admit, it's like, oh, it was worthwhile in the end. So anyway, basically, and that's why, like, when people interact with the videos in some significant way, because a lot of people, when they watch these videos or they watch a live stream, they'll only comment in a way that's like entirely beneficial to them, and that's how everyone's doing it, of course. But they'll do something like, "Hey Toy Cat, you got to answer this really specific question that's not interesting," and then they'll vanish, or they'll just ask it over and over again. For instance, on live streams such as this one, because this is a very real live stream, I think you'll all find. But one of the things that I'll spot a lot is just that. But then there are also people who want to be awesome and contribute as part of the community. And you'll notice a lot of other channels. So this is one I spot with like kid-focused channels, or like kid-focused Minecraft channels. Not kids, not really, child-focused, which is a fine thing to do. I mean, like, I feel like when a lot of channels like get condescending, which is where I don't like it. But you know, like, channels can do whatever they want. But my point being is, like, they'll have this like thing where it's like, oh yeah, send in fan art or build something for me, and you know, this sort of thing. And the reason people are willing to send in, you know, some stuff to a PO box or some fan art or thing is because of the, you know, kind of reciprocal. The reason people ask Q&A-tastic questions usually isn't because they want to ask a question actually these days. You know, it's because you know, they want to be featured in some way, and that's fine when you think about it. But it's also interesting that, like, you know, we all pretend that it's for something else, but everyone really has their own little motives going on. A lot of people do actually just want to ask questions. A lot of people genuinely do want to help. That's who I pick as, like, for instance, my moderators on my live streams. Fun fact. Also, how did this get here with a slime? Okay, whatever. Just go that way, slime. Just okay, maybe it's trapped. Should I kill the slime? Can you kill the slime while it's in there? Okay, well now that's ruined. I guess we'll just hop down this hole. And I'm gonna go into my mine for a bit. I just repaired my pickaxe. So, and I need to get a lot of stone for an upcoming Let's Play episode. Or probably a lot of upcoming Let's Play episodes. So we're just going to go mining a whole bunch down here. And we're just going to make this a bit better. Because it's a bit ugly, as you can see. But this tunnel is going to be widened, extended, etc. And we're just going to start now. So let's just go. Mine from the top. Fill in the rest later. Maybe we find diamonds. I've wanted to find diamonds for a while now. Because there's a big destruction project around here that I'm slowly working on. And I want to get that going some more. So yeah, basically going back to what I was saying. So yeah, destruction in Minecraft, it's important. That's my vision. A lot of people have visions. A lot of people want to be recognized. And I think that's interesting that we never just acknowledge it. Like, there's so many things like that in the world where either we don't know it's happening or we just don't acknowledge it. And I'm not sure which it is. But I guess it's one of the things that happens. And the YouTubers who are really good at exploiting that are the ones who succeed very well. And it's not something I've ever, like, wanted to go into, because it feels a bit weird, like, trying to encourage people it's in their own interest. So that's why you see, you know, like, fangirls for, you know, like, crazy successful artists, because, you know, sometimes they'll, you know, like, they'll actually go on stage or they'll retweet or this or that. You can kind of build this for yourself. And it's something I've always felt uncomfortable, like, going through the steps of. But I don't know, maybe at some point it'll be necessary to build the Toy Cat thing further. But thank you if you do watch the videos. Thank you if you've ever interacted in the form of, like, a comment or something. Because I don't provide as many reasons as other YouTubers do. And if you've ever done it, I think that's great. So, yeah, let's talk about mining in Minecraft, because it's funny, the game is called Minecraft, right? I mean, I'm pretty certain. Correct me if you think I'm wrong. But the game is called Minecraft. It is a game about mining and crafting, I think you'll find. Well, actually, I mean, whether that's true or not is kind of up to your own interpretation. But it's a game... Can we destroy that? Oh, we can destroy it. Can we destroy that? We can destroy that. So we're going to try and destroy as much of this as we can get away with. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. Why did I do that? Well, I guess that's why we had to do that before. Oh, no. Okay, so things are getting scary. I don't know how that didn't hurt me, by the way. But I guess I'm happy with it. Are explosions turned off? No, explosions must be turned on. I don't ever have it. Yeah, TNT explodes turned on. So let's just fix this up. I'm going to have to focus for a second. Get everything better. I tried so hard, and then just made it worse. So we're just going to ignore this for a bit. We'll come back to this later. For now, let's just get all this cobblestone mined. Let's get things going, shall we? But yeah, going back to what I was saying before. Yeah, thank you to everyone who's interacted. I appreciate it. And also, mining in Minecraft is one of the two things this game is about. It's about mining, it's about crafting. But I feel like pretty much no one likes mining anymore. Like, I'm one of the few people I know. I'm one of the only people I've ever known who really loves mining in Minecraft. That's part of why I like destruction projects, because there's a lot of mining involved. Because when you mine, even though there's not... I feel like they haven't updated it as much as they've updated everything else. Pro tip, if you're watching Jeb, I'd love to see a mining update. But even though they don't update it as much... Oh, jeez. I guess we'll place some torches down and we'll end up with some gravel then, shall we? So let's do that. Oh, there we go. There we go. But I feel like, you know, the game's half about mining, but a lot of people don't like it. But I think there's just like a mystery to mining that you need to get down. Like, well, first of all, you get diamonds when you mine. They make you feel cool. Same recognition thing where, like, everyone can look at this stack of 28 diamonds. You know, I'll get more diamonds soon. But everyone can look at a stack of 28 diamonds and be like, wow, that's quite a lot of diamonds you have there, Toycat. You can be like, yeah, kind of have. And although duplicating kind of ruins that sense of pride and accomplishment, if you will. Even though that is something that's somewhat ruined by the fact that, like, people can duplicate. You know, you've seen this world enough and you can tell that it has no cheats enabled. You can tell I never duplicate on it. You know, and that means that it has some value just because of the whole video thing. And I feel like, okay, so we're going to destroy this too. I don't know what all of this place is around here, like why this is all destroyed. But we'll just accept it, build it into the system. And also pick up the gold that comes nearby, because I probably need gold at some point, make a gold beacon or something. I'm not sure, but I'll mine some gold just in case. So yeah, we'll go over here now, and I'm going to mine down the long corridor, like on the left. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut like diagonally over there. So I'm going to mine left now, and then mine right in like 100 blocks. This could go horribly wrong, and I'll probably find diamonds along the way. Or hopefully find diamonds. But whatever. Anyway, back to what I'm saying. While mining, I feel like the mining in Minecraft is something that a lot of people just don't... We need like an awareness campaign for why mining in Minecraft can be fun. Because I feel like for a lot of people, it's a drag. But it's a drag for the wrong reasons. Because if you just go like for one specific reason, it's just like, yep, let's do the same mining thing. But some like the process of feeling like you've destroyed something, and by extension, you're making something when you mine. I'm making this tunnel. I haven't just destroyed, you know, 64 cobblestone blocks in I've mined so far. I've been making this tunnel, which now, you know, now there's a tunnel here. If I take a right turn, now the tunnel has a zigzag in it. If I take a left turn, then, you know, you get the point. Like, it's a zigzaggy tunnel. Well, I hate finding dirt because I can't mine it because I ran out of shovel. But we're making a zigzaggy tunnel right now. When you go around stuff, you can see that obstacle forever. And, yeah, oh, jeez. And we dig into another tunnel. Oh, this is the tunnel that just happens to be one of the beacons. I was just talking about you beacons. And it's not activated for some reason, so I guess we'll do that now. Speed or haste? Probably speed, right? I mean, I'm mining underground, so haste technically makes more sense. So actually, we'll put in haste, we'll mine, and then we'll put in speed. Let's do this. So now I should have haste. Yeah, and now I can mine faster. Not that it's necessary with a efficiency 4. Oh, it's efficiency 4. Not that it's necessary with an efficiency 4 pickaxe. But it'll feel better, and then we'll turn on speed. So mine the area around here, just because, like, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. So yeah, going back to what I was saying. Mining in Minecraft, you're actually making the tunnel. And if more people saw it like that, you can make some pretty artsy tunnels, I feel like. Like, so for instance, I talk about it a lot, but like Sword King's Operation Bedrock thing, like, I think it looks pretty great, right? Like, when I look at that, I'm amazed, and that's what I try to go for with my mining things. And again, if you're doing that, then you have the fun of like, oh geez, why am I so bad at this? You have the fun of like at the same time. Oh, I missed the torch there apparently. At the same time as you're, you know, like actually, you know, finding diamonds, sometimes finding lapis, finding gold, finding all these things that allow you to build the big stuff on land that you actually want to get. You're also kind of building at the same time. You're building this underground tunnel, which you're then, you know, using all these blocks for. And I don't know, it's just something interesting. A lot of people don't consider it that way. Mining in Minecraft is a big thing that just isn't considered enough. So yeah, I like it. And also, oh, I have to mine near this to get the haste bonus. So I'm just gonna try and like mine around this like missing block, because I think that'd look good. Yeah, let's do that actually. Let's like mine around it, because I like that it's embedded in the ground right now, but I also want it to not be. I want it to have like this big area around it to make it seem fancy and impressive, because it also doubles as a light source. And also look at the speed of this pickaxe. It looks that is a fun looking pickaxe. So yeah, other things that I want to talk about when it comes to Minecraft is, I guess, the usual question of like, is Minecraft dead? And it's funny how many people say this actually in comments, and I feel like some of you must have run into people who say that. But I think that's like such a... Imagine if like you stopped liking sweet corn and you're like, sweet corn is dead. No one likes sweet corn anymore. Why, you know, sweet corn's just dead. It's dead. Like, why do people still pretend like sweet corn's relevant? And it's like, no, you stopped liking sweet corn, and maybe a lot of people stop liking sweet corn. But it's, you know, the whole, even foods, literally foods, things people eat, it goes through trends. Like avocado, really popular right now because of trends. Pesto, there is trends for food, which blows my mind. But it's the same thing with video games, right? Like Minecraft is the second biggest game of all time by total sales. Obviously, out of those 120 million people, there's going to be millions of players who bought the game at some point, don't like it anymore. Or, you know, especially, like, don't like the changing demographics. I've said this before and I'll say it again. The number of, like, younger players who get into Minecraft is astounding. Like, because apparently it's just, like, a really easy game to get into. It's the modern-day Lego. And a lot of people look at that and say, well, a lot of children are into it now. I can't be. But I think, again, it's one of those things where, like, a lot of stuff that it tries to be child-friendly ruins the concept of, like, how to actually, yeah, a lot of stuff that tries to be, you know, aimed towards kids just loses all, integrity is not the right word, but loses all vision of the thing before, you know, like, it loses the point of trying to make something cool, and they're just like, we'll just talk stupid, and the kids will love it, because you look at Dora the Explorer, or like Blue's Clues, or whatever ridiculous TV show, and it's like, they just treat kids like they're idiots, and that works for them. And, you know, like, you know, for some age of child, and for some type of child, that is wonderful. But I don't think that means that just because a game has a lot of children playing. So, for instance, Call of Duty, it's an 18+ game, and a lot of people, these days at least, will consider it to be like an adult game, right? That's not a controversial opinion. But yeah, the game has like an absurdly young average age. It's like 11 or something. Like, I don't actually know what it is. And you might say, wait, no, it's got the 18 rating. 18 is the rating you need to buy it, and the idea being the parent has to buy it for their child. Even if you don't actually have to be 18 to play the game. Fun fact, the age rating is just what you're, it means it's just to buy the game, so that someone who has responsibility has to make the decision at some point. It's so that you couldn't go, a 9-year-old couldn't buy, like an 18+ game. There's a game called Manhunt out there where you just kill people, I think. Not familiar with it, but it was a big controversy. Or like GTA, and then, they're doing stuff for Hooker, and it's like, that was too much for my 9-year-old, and he shouldn't have bought that. So that's why the 18 rating exists. They've got really silly classifications. I could talk about video game classifications all day, but no, we're talking about Minecraft. So yeah, basically, the reason that relates to Minecraft is because, yeah, like a lot of the stuff that children will end up inevitably liking is stuff that isn't intended for them. And rather than just assuming that, like, oh yeah, well, every kid in the world just like silly stuff, and therefore, and also that means that you can like the same stuff that a child likes. That's my point here. Like YouTube, for instance, the number of children on YouTube. There is a whole YouTube Kids app. I've oh, diamonds. Ah. Oh, more diamonds. Is this like, how many diamonds is this? Let's go for it. Let's just grab all the diamonds. So I'm gonna come back here later. I like to collect diamonds. I like to silk touch them up, and we'll do like a silk touch episode soon, because I probably have a lot of diamonds stored up. That sounds good. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's go for it. So we'll come back here. We'll pick up all the cobblestone later. As soon as I work out where here is, we can do that. Oh, it's so close by to where I was before. Okay, so we'll come back here. That should be easy. So going back to what I was saying. What was I saying actually? Something about cats, I'm sure. Oh yeah, so a lot of things that aim at children make the mistake of thinking that like all kids stuff has to be stupid and dumbed down. And this, again, I've always made my videos exactly the same way from back in 2012 when like again people probably assumed it was just an adults thing. At some point, like, the average age of player was probably like 25, and now the average age is probably something like, what, like, I don't know how you'd even guess that. Like, it's such a wide range. But, it's like, the average, I think it was even like in the 30s at some point. Like, it was an old man game at one point, Minecraft was. You'd be surprised. That sounds ridiculous to say today, but it genuinely was a thing. Back when it was in the Java version, you had to have, like, knowledge of how to download this and that, have Java installed, which was a really old software. Still is an old software, it just exists for Minecraft. My point being is that, these things change over time, and I haven't changed anything about how I do stuff, but a lot of... So we'll throw in the iron ore, I guess. And then we'll also put some coal in all the furnaces. I like to stock them all the way up to like the top. And then we'll throw all this cobblestone in a chest. Because again, I've got to smelt it up as time goes on. I actually entirely depleted this chest of cobblestone. And now just like, doing a bit of mining, it's like, oh, basically all the way back up the top. But whole other issue, whole other concept. There's a llama somewhere nearby, I hear. I think. Did you hear that? I'm pretty certain I heard a llama. Maybe my game volume's too low and you can't hear that. But I'm fairly certain there is a llama in my vicinity. Not sure why, but I get that impression. I guess this is just entirely full. Oh wait, is that... I heard a wolf noise. No, okay, that's sheep. Where's the llama at? Maybe it's outside my base. I do live in a cave still. I know this offends people. Oh, speaking of things that offend people, is there a llama up there? Oh, it's in Extreme Hills. Of course there'll be a llama up there somewhere. But I fixed my doors recently. This is the longest offending thing in my world. As you can see, the door is now placed like this. And I fixed it. So please give me internet points. Or if you haven't liked the video already. Again, a lot of people, statistically, only like 1 in like, I think it's 100. 1 in, yeah, roughly 100. Sometimes it's 1 in 50. Most people who watch, oh, there is a llama up there. I knew it. Should we tame it? Let's sit on the llama for a bit while I talk about why you should like the video. Only like 1 in 50 people will like the video. Even me saying this right now isn't going to improve that. A lot of people are just going to be like, you know, don't owe you a like. And that's fine. Again, it's on me for not making the video in some way, you know, not giving you some incentive to like it, you know. Maybe I should say, guess what? I will do this crazy thing if we get 10,000 likes. Or maybe I should say something else entirely. Sorry, I was like doing like a semi-yawn there. Where you know where like your ears pop and you can't hear anything and you're like, ah. I'm recording this at like 1 PM by the way. Which is roughly the time you'll be watching it if you live in the -7 time zone. Which, if I'm not mistaken, is like Nevada in America and maybe Montana. So shout out to people from Nevada. There you go. There's your reasons to like the video. If you're from Nevada or you like llamas or you want Toy Cat to stop talking about why you should like the video. Because I don't know. I don't think it's that important on YouTube anymore. But it's one of these things where like on YouTube, you know, you can't be too cautious. Like if it turns out I'm wrong and I stop telling people and then the likes go down, then maybe, you know, it stops being recommended, and then the whole career thing's done. Which is why I think, you know, making careers out of Minecraft, it's a weird thing. It was probably one of the most dangerous and silly decisions I could have made. But I'm still glad I did it, personally. I feel like the end result has been great. And I think I've shown a lot of people a lot of things in Minecraft. And hopefully made it worth their time. So we're going to go this way a bit now. We're going to have to dodge this zombie somehow. Oh, I dodged him. And we're going to go forwards, back into that little tunnel. I'm going to ignore the diamonds. I'm going to like mine around them. And then come back with a silk touch pickaxe later. And then I'm going to finish off... okay, so let's do this. I guess we'll just mine this way. Because I want to make this tunnel wider anyway, right? But yeah, basically, Minecraft, pretty good game. It's now like... I feel like not liking something because someone else likes the thing is one of the problems we actually have as like a... It's a problem I actually personally have. Like, if I look at something, I'm like, oh god. Like, the YouTube thing really blew my mind. Like, oh... I use the same website for entirely different purposes as, like, you know, this 2-year-old scrolling through and watching, like, Peppa Pig crying videos or whatever. Like, really disturbing stuff. Or even, like, you know, there's all this stuff there and you're like, wait, I'm the same as this? Which, like, I guess hits people. But I think the truth is like, it's called gatekeeping, right? The idea that, like, if to like something, you have to meet certain requirements. But that's like, and that's like an inherent like human philosophy of like, we need to have people we don't like, and we can all agree on that we don't like that stuff. And I don't know if we'll ever be able to fix that as a species or whatever, until there's like aliens that invade. You know, in every Aliens movie, we always band together as a species, because guess what? You know, oh, how are we gonna do this? Yeah, because guess what? You know, the aliens are the other thing now, so we all band together against aliens. That's always the unifying thing. Because one of the things that keeps humans in their current groups, one of the things that keeps countries together, is the fact that, like, we can all think, well, at least we're not insert other country here. And that's crazy. That's bonkers. You know, that's nuts. I'm trying to use every word for silly that I can think of right here. But you know, it's a real thing, and I then sometimes wonder if this is going to be an essential part of like how we think about games too, because it's silly if it is, right? We shouldn't be thinking, oh, I can only like games that people who are also into countries and who are between the ages of 20 and 25. You know, can't be too young. Below 20, you don't know anything. Above 25, you're basically dead. You know, I can't say stuff. I can't think stuff like that because. You know, that's just that creates less stuff for everyone in a way. But maybe I'm just being ridiculous. Maybe you should think whatever you want. Oh, I mean, you definitely should think whatever you want. That's the key lesson from all this. Don't listen to Toy Cat. Maybe I'm just saying stuff because I want you to watch my videos, and you know, I mean, in the end, that is kind of like why. That's why I'm talking right now, because I want you to watch this video, and maybe I think me talking about this is interesting. But no, realistically, I really like these Let's Play rant things because it's a good opportunity for me to just like have a good fireside chat. We can talk about gatekeeping, we can talk about Diamond Door, we can talk about mining in Minecraft, and today I said I'd talk entirely about Minecraft, and technically I wasn't wrong. I wasn't entirely not talking about Minecraft. I was always talking about Minecraft related things. So let me know what you think of it in the comments down below. I hope you all enjoyed this Let's Play replacement. Wait, live stream replacement Let's Play. Like if you liked it, share if you liked it. Please do turn on notifications for the reasons I've gone over a billion times. Because again, subscribing isn't really a thing. Notifications are the new subscription, and I'd appreciate it if you did that for me. But again, I appreciate you got your own life either way. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.